All right.
You hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, we live.
Yes. Welcome to another episode of Alchemy with Asia.
Wagwan. We can go with Swank for real.
Okay. um, so is that how you say it though on Substack? Is I love you, Swanky?
Yep, I love you, Swank.
The topic of the day is Gen X and wanting to be a child again, and how that's like thematic, you know, as we can see in the collective. And this was a topic that we were talking about the other day that really piqued my interest to be able to bring it to the platform and share with you guys. So I'm going to ask you some questions pertaining to that topic to see, like, to just to talk about it more. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Okay. So do you remember how we started talking about that? When we were talking about that?
I think. How did we get to that? Because I think we were talking about. I know we started off talking about like old internet. I think.
Yes.
And
MySpace and shit like that.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out how we actually like
Got there.
transfer it. Yeah.
I think the point was that Gen X is like kind of has this gap when it comes to technology. Kind of has this gap in, it's not just technology, but that's like a big part of it, right? With wanting to kind of like keep up with the Joneses. But when it comes to technology specifically, um, and it's evident to see because this is not for every Gen X person. So, before you get your panties in a bunch, like, chill the fuck out. Okay. You know who you are if this is for you, basically. But, um, yeah, I think Gen X has a gap within technology and also like wanting to be cool and relevant. That's where I was coming from on the phone the other day. That they want to remain relevant
Oh
and
yes.
and especially in social media, and maybe even in their lives. No offense again. It's not to say that you're not relevant in your own life because goddamn, that sounds very Aquarius of me. But hey, I'm an Aquarius, so fuck in my face. Um, you might get your feelings hurt, but it's okay because we're gonna mend them back together with this conversation. Um, no, actually we're not. So just be ready for the scaffold. But anyways, yeah, I think Gen X has this missing key to their lives when it comes to technology and how it ties into wanting to be a child again. I really wanted to expand on that from your point of view. In what ways do you see Gen X wanting to be a child again? That's my first question.
For sure. So like pertaining to like the internet thing, how I look at it is like since they didn't grow up with it, is still fairly foreign to them.
Hmm.
I like to think of it as. I think they're just navigating, trying to find their way on it after spending most of their lives, you know what I'm saying, sticking to whatever they were told to do. So now we have this big metaverse of
Hmm.
possibilities,
Hmm.
and it's just throwing them all in like a little, confuffle on like dang, like what can I do outside of what I've been doing all my life? You know what
Mm.
I'm saying?
Mm. So like just propelling them into the unknown within technology and also social media to
Yeah,
learn how to really navigate it from the whatever they're used to, which is not having technology for real.
right, yeah,
So I can see from that perspective them wanting to be a kid again because it's like, oh, I want the normalcy of what things used to be like. And being, that's really an attachment, so we're
fact.
holding your hand when we say this part. That is an attachment to something that's not coming back. Like the old movies, Back to the Future, Freaky Friday, like the Freaky Friday is not a Gen X movie, but I'm just thinking of, Back to the Future is millennial too. I don't really know y'all shit for real, Gen X.
You feel me?
Um, even though I do love a good film, my point is, as we're in, I don't know if you can hear that, but anyways, my point is, as we're in the times we're in right now, a lot of old shit is coming back. Like the Pluto and Aquarius, the Aquarius energy period. A lot of the old shit is coming back, but you can get your childhood back by just tapping into your inner child. Like just simply that. You can remain youthful at heart by just simply spending time with yourself, spending time in nature, doing the things that you like to do as a kid. But does that mean that the whole world has to adhere to 1977? No. Like, we don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah,
honestly.
you feel me? And I think that's how we got into it too. Like,
mm,
I think Gen X,
hmm
along with like the older generations too, actually, like they grew up in such a time where you you had no choice but to be perceived a certain
mm,
way.
mm.
But it's like in nothing but like greatness or like standardism. You know what I'm saying? So I
So
think now
pressure, like
with
social pressure.
yeah, social pressure. So I think now with social media, even though you're still being perceived,
hmm
if not more than you were back then.
Oh, yeah,
I think it also allows for you to also be in your own world. You know what I'm
for
saying? It's
sure.
like literally a metaverse of little small worlds.
Yes. And
And
even, oh, my bad.
oh no, you're good. Because I was just gonna say like, yeah, I think they have trouble grasping that aspect for sure. Like
Mm-hmm.
they want to be perceived
Mm-hmm.
as whatever they were
Mm-hmm.
growing up the whole time,
Mm.
and they've spent a long time pushing down that child that they have in themselves. So it's
Yeah.
like now that they see others,
Mm-hmm.
uh, how do you say, like, you know what I'm saying, just being childlike,
Yeah, yeah.
that
Is that,
stirs up something in themselves.
yes, it's triggering. It's very triggering. I can tell that it's triggering too because a lot of the old rhetoric that they stick with, they repeat. And
Hmm.
it's like, bro, you're coming to social media. This is, whether you like it or not, what you're using. So if you want it to be the old days, get the fuck off the phone.
You feel me? Or find your community that's that. But I
Or
think they
yeah,
also like to bleed into they find the communities that
work for them.
yeah that works for them and
hmm
kind of what do you say like plateaus whatever
Oh
their
yes,
standard
like
has been.
yes. So like
You
kind of
feel
keep you
me?
in a box type shit.
Yeah, so then those groups go out into the rest of the social media and they're like, what is this? What do you you can't do that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
just like,
that's a different world. Get out of there.
so it's like Gen X ganging up on people basically
Yeah.
in
And
groups.
it's a lot of people like, millennials doing it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Even alphas are doing it too now.
Damn. So it's just really a human thing rather.
Yeah, I think yeah, because I know we titled this for Gen X, but I also think I'm starting to see a theme in it for like a lot of people, honestly. Like
Mm.
we're noticing that we're just running all over the place, but also running out of time to
Damn, that was deep.
do the stuff that we wanted to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's
Or
exactly
and
why
also that unknown.
you have to create your own space. Like you were saying, it's the metaverse. So it's literally your world. So it may feel or seem like we're running out of time, but not if you create it.
Fact. Yeah, that's literally just what that is.
And they're not creating it. They're just riding a wave that they are getting bumped on. Like, when you're on a ride and you're like, well, I don't really ride roller coaster. I'm not going to cap. I
I
have
don't
been,
either.
I've been on some and that's why I don't ride them now. But, when you're on a bumpy ride and you're like getting hit left and right because you don't really know how to like ride the wave, I feel like that's what's happening within the generations, not just Gen X, but like as you said, across the board within all the generations, it's happening
Yeah.
with like not knowing how to ride the wave. And the wave that we're on right now is bumpy. So it's like, especially with social media, there's so many different nuances, whatever, to it. With the political climate, the political climate is crazy right now.
For sure,
So
bro.
it's like,
Man.
it's like navigating that and just being yourself can be can get you in trouble. And I think a lot of Gen X like wants to look, like you said, look a certain way.
Yes. And to get into that too, because also, uh, how was I gonna say it? Like, because like I was getting to with like all the generations, I think it's a thing of now that we're in adulthood
Mhm.
and we have to put our focus on so many things to upkeep our lives as is. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? It doesn't leave any room for play for a lot of people.
Mm.
And especially with like Gen X, like I said, they're losing time, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? We all have to go one day. Not to be crazy, but is happening. So it's like
Damn. Okay,
that.
I see what you mean now when you say this. I get that.
Yeah, like when I'm getting to it, it's like damn,
Damn. So
like
you're not even including the boomers. Then fuck the boomers. They out of here.
but they in the same boat. No, they really the ones tricking out the most though. I
No,
think I
for
ain't gonna
real,
lie.
for real.
Because like even I think also what's fucking up a lot of people, like when I'm talking about social media,
Mhm.
is that there's a huge propaganda. It's been that way for a while, of course, but it's a huge propaganda of you be yourself and you get
Mhm.
money for it. And
Mm.
so
Oh
it's
yes.
like
So they're
that's gonna ruffle
expecting
a lot
that.
of feathers as is.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
It fucks
like
it up when they expect that too, though. I think
yeah.
I think it takes the, like you said, no room for play. It takes the play out of it and also just the fucking natural expression, like just being yourself, versus being palatable and being marketable. Um,
In hopes to get money, not
exactly.
even.
That's where you set yourself up for failure, I think personally. Um, and some people may disagree with that because it's like, oh, there are marketing strategies that work or whatever the case may be. But I think what works for you is different than what's going to work for everybody.
And that ties back in. So yeah, it is specifically like Gen X who I think like,
It's,
cause
well, Gen X and also like individual too, because we all have our separate blueprints. We have our separate charts, like an actual astrological chart or
yeah, but that's what I'm
cardology,
getting
whatever.
to. I think
Mm.
that they definitely don't realize that the
Mm.
individuality of everyone. Like
Yes, yes.
I think they just can't fathom it.
And that's kind of crazy because it's like, okay, well, who are you then?
You feel me? Like
Like, first of all, I think that's important to know before you just start posting and shit online because at that point you're masking. You're just presenting whatever it is you think other people want to see
Yeah, but then
versus
how
being
can they,
yourself.
you know what I'm saying, if you're dealing with years upon years of being in a corporate space or
Mm.
being a family man or
Mhm.
woman,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, you really don't know who you are outside of that if you
Damn.
haven't took that time for yourself.
That is very true. That's very true. I think from this conversation, Gen X, you can take away that it's important to it's important that you pay attention to the next generation, which is us, or the next generations, which would be us and Gen Alpha, or
Just pay
even,
attention to evolution.
yes, literally, like pay attention to what comes after you, because, or what has come after you already. Like pay attention to what it is that we're doing and not try to make that rigid, make
Yeah,
it
that's the word.
into a system that you literally just tapped out of, at 5 p.m. when you clocked out. Like,
You
like,
no real shit though, yeah.
like this is literally, like he said, the metaverse. And that's just one example. The metaverse just became that, like, recently, more in recent years,
But that
so
just
it's like,
goes to show how fast it should be moving.
yes.
And which is understandable as to why they can't grasp it. But like you
Mm,
said, like they need to pay attention to what has already changed
yes.
from their generation to now. Like so much has changed, bro. Like
So much.
even as soon as the internet came, shit changed a lot. Like
Hmm.
so it's like
Already. And we were talking about that on the phone too, with MySpace, and how I, for example, got to experience MySpace, but you didn't. And we are literally 3 years apart.
yeah, right. Like
That's
and
crazy.
then like to me it's so foreign, but it's like it feels like a time so far away from myself that I just really wanted to go back to. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the big thing too for a lot of us. Like we're always gonna feel nostalgia,
Yeah.
especially like I said, if you're dealing with years upon years of being in corporate work or doing adult shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Anyone's gonna miss that time where they didn't have to worry about shit. So
Yeah, that's true. But then it's like, how liberated within yourself are you to allow yourself to tap
be a
into
kid
that?
again. You feel you just be a kid again.
Yeah, like
That's all it takes.
that's all it takes, literally. I think this was good. I think we can wrap it here because I don't want to hold you too long. But do you have any other words?
Let me think.
Any ending, or, like, I guess you already kind of gave Gen X an affirmation, right? But
In a way, yeah. Like
what else can we leave them with?
shit.
Or
Embody
let me
your
ask you
life.
this. Let me ask you this. How, in what ways can Gen X tap into their inner child? Like, how would you recommend? Yeah. What would
Let's
you recommend?
see. Cause it's so hard. Cause like you said too, it's really different for a lot of people. Like,
Mhm.
um, I sonder about people's lives. Like, you know, anybody's lives can be super complex to where they can't even get out of a certain box that they're in.
Mhm.
I mean, anybody can get out of a box, but it also depends on what cards you're dealt, I guess. But I
Or
could say just
your mind, like how free you are within your mind.
exactly,
Yeah, because
exactly.
you can be in a freaking prison cell and be the freest man on earth.
You feel me?
It just depends on how you're looking at it. I think for me, I would say uh, a way that you can tap into your inner child. Hold on, wait a minute. I feel it. I feel it in my bones.
Ooh, it's coming.
Okay. Um, Sorry for that pause. Uh, Ways in which you can tap into your inner child is especially after work, going for a walk. Go for a walk. That's like the simplest thing, honestly. Um, and I say that because when you go on this walk, and you're not anticipating what's going to happen next unless you're just really that robotic and you're like, okay, I see this, I see that, blah, blah, blah. Like,
Yeah. Bro.
you know, even if you walk the same walk that you walk every day, go on that walk because you're not going to see the same thing you saw earlier because it's not going to be there, right? So that's one way you can tap into your inner child, the simplest way. Just go on a walk.
Yeah. And a little bit deeper, go back to whatever memories you hold as a child.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to replay those. There's nobody there. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to replay anything anything fun you went through
Mm-hmm.
as a child. You know what I'm saying? I say try to get, obviously certain things might not be around
Mm-hmm.
um when you were a child for Gen Xers or anybody, but
Mm-hmm.
it's always gonna be it's definitely a lot of stuff that's coming back out now to be able to be like, okay, I did something close to this when I was a child. Let
Yeah.
me see if I can be a child in this again as
Or
it is now.
recreate it. Recreate that same thing. Like you're saying, go back to that memery. Like
Yes,
recreate
yeah.
recreate the space for you and those people, like your people, you and Gen X or you and whoever. Cause there's many people out here doing events that are like, 90s events or 80s themed. Like tailor it to your experience. Tailor it
Yeah,
to your childhood experience to where you can experience that again.
for
Because
real.
the only thing stopping you is your own permission. Like you just have to give yourself permission to do the shit. Just like we do every time we get on social media, that's us giving ourselves permission to share. Even if, y'all might look at it as like, oh, they're just always on those phones. They're always on the phones. Like, like
But yeah,
we literally grew up in this. You have to allow for it to do what it do.
yeah, adaptability, that's another big thing.
Yes,
Please adapt. Like,
please, please adapt for God's sake, please.
yeah, don't wait until you're retired or some shit to start going
Having
out and
fun.
doing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, have fun now and create the moment now. It's not about someone like telling you can do that. I know you're probably used to that because of your job or because of your career. You're probably used to a boss telling you when you can do said thing, but you have to
Hmm.
become your own boss when it comes to shit, your journey. When it comes to
Yeah.
your spiritual journey, you have to, especially now. Like, if y'all don't know, you guys know that I love astrology. Um, beep beep. I love
On with the message.
for real. For real, I love the simulation. See, it just like responds to you. But no, like the times that we're in astrologically is the time to do it yourself. We're in Aries season, right? We also have Neptune in Aries. We got Saturn in Aries. We have a lot of energy that's giving you the green light to do it yourself. And Neptune is where we have the unconscious, right? But it's also spirituality being ruled by Pisces naturally. So take your spirituality into your own hands. Yes, you got to do it yourself. You have to allow yourself to explore shit.
Yes. Big time.
Mhm.
Big time. Like, it's so many ways. You know what I'm saying? If you got
Yeah.
kids, please be a kid with them. It's
Oh my
okay.
god. Oh
They
my
will love
god.
it a lot.
That's
Like,
big. That's big. And it's healing too. I know that I said that we're going to get off, but how do you feel? Do you want to keep going a little bit more?
I probably do because you hit some points too. I got my shit running.
Okay, just let me know. I'm trying to be, considerate of you and your time.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. I got you. I got you.
I think it's important to, and I'm saying that to you guys because I know he be people pleasing a little bit. So like, He said he got me, but like for real, like for real. I'm not trying to keep you past your limitations, but yeah, I think that's a great point you mentioned about being a kid with your kid, because that's healing for the both of you. And
Big time.
especially for Gen Alpha, oh my God, are you serious? Gen Alpha is, baby, they are through the cracks. Like, like if y'all thought that we were through the crack, like Gen Alpha is a whole different ball game. They're growing up in a place where education is failing them. The healthcare
Man,
system is like just been failed. It's been failed, but it's just extra. Everything is extra failing right now. All the systems are crumbling. So why I say through the cracks, because they have to create new earth for real. So as Gen Alpha is creating new earth, or going to when they get older, it's important to be present with them. Be present with them and be a kid with them, as you are saying, in the way of like honoring your inner child, because it's a lot of people that are not present with them right now. They're like,
yeah,
people, it's a lot of the repetition of across the board generational shit, with Gen X not being able to be home, millennials not, well, more millennials are able to be home, actually, like stay at home moms and shit like that. Um, Gen X might be stay at home moms and dads, right? But, and then again, not all the time, because who's paying the bills? Who's doing
you
all this
feel
shit,
me?
right? So I say that to say, like, that has passed down. Parents having to provide, and how do you get that out the mud, right? And out the mud could look like a job or look like entrepreneurship, but for the most part, Gen Alpha is just through the cracks. So
Honestly,
I think that's the best way to be showing up for them as a parent, is to be a child with your child.
honestly, and you have to fight for it. It's gonna be hard, obviously.
Mhm.
I think that's the message of everything, though. Like it's time to fight for what you really want, even if you
Mhm.
think it's like you just can't grasp it or something, or it's not possible.
Mhm.
We're in a time where a lot of shit is possible right now. Like
Anything.
is crazy as hell. Like when I look back into a little bit of history about certain stuff, like
Mhm.
yeah, maybe people was like partying, doing whatever they could. Motherfuckers getting away with a lot of shit, but
Mhm.
I think now with the way social media allows people from across the world to like meet each other, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? The best thing you can do is to fight for anything that has anything to do with you specifically. Not no group, not no,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying, job, anything. You're losing time. I ain't gonna lie. Like that's why I can't help but think about that. Like
And we're laughing, but our time is gonna come too. Like it's okay. It's
yeah, I don't mean to be like blunt with it, but yeah,
nah, it's true. Like everybody has to, yeet out of here. We gotta yeet out to another existence.
find
Um,
creativity in whatever you're doing, even if
yes.
you are stuck in the box of a corporate job or some shit like that.
Hmm.
Find out how you're being creative in that space. You're gonna
Hmm.
have fun.
Yes. Yes. I don't have any more words for this topic anymore.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah,
I think
that
that
was.
concludes it.
I caught that download as soon as you did. Bro.
Yes, I thank you. I appreciate you so much for doing this with me. You did so great. Thank
Bro, thank
you.
you, thank you. You make a safe space for it, so I
Aw,
appreciate you a lot.
thank you. Are you gonna come back again?
Yeah, we gotta on
It
God, on
was a
God.
it was a pause there. I don't know if he's gonna come back again, but I hope
I
so.
am. I will, guys. I'll be back a lot of times.
He had to
Watch.
think about it. He's like, will I be back?
No, because my mind went immediately to like, oh, I wonder what the next topic might be.
Oh, I honestly don't know, but I just know that we have a great chemistry and I love your mind.
And I
So
appreciate you.
where can we find you?
Mainly on Instagram. It's gonna be ILYSWANKY.
Mm-hmm.
I
On
would put.
Substack? What about on Substack?
Is it the same? It might be the same on there too. I think. Yeah. Actually,
No,
yeah. It's
no, I don't think it is the same.
what?
I thought your name on Substack had a V instead of the A.
Oh, it might be okay. So yeah, Substack is the V instead of the A. I, I don't forgot by now, and I will put the TikTok, but I got my name spelled on there, so weird. But yeah,
Oh my
Instagram is where I'll be at.
God. Okay, well, I will have you send that to me, the tags, and I will just include that.
Okay,
But
okay.
so just for clarification, on Substack it is
S W.
ILYSWVNKY.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Yes. And you heard it the first time for IG. So you already
Uh,
got that. Say already got that.
no V, just the A.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that concludes it. Thank you.
Shay, appreciate you.